Hey guys, it's Rory. This is my 3 months on T video. Oops, I forgot to pull up my list of changes real quick. Let me just find it. Alright, cool. Um, so yeah, not a lot has happened in this last month. Um, Seems like things are going pretty well. The only big difference that I've noticed the most is, of course, my voice. Um, but here are the list of changes that I got going on. So my sleep patterns have returned to a more normal range, partially because school is making me get up early on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then last week I started working out, and my metabolism is just better for working out before noon. So I've been trying to get out of bed by like 10 or 11 in the morning, which might seem like a late time, but that's actually really early for me getting up. I'd usually sleep until like 1 or 2. Currently unemployed. Hopefully, once I get a job, that'll also help me get up sooner. But yeah, my sleep patterns seem to be more normal. I seem to be okay with 8 or 9 hours of sleep. Not as cranky in the morning, but still cranky. What else? Oh, if I wake up, usually what I'll do is like I'll wake up at like 8 or 9 as Gabby's getting up. For like I'll just open my eyes for a second, but I can like roll over and go right back to sleep. But this has happened twice now where I've woken up really really early. Like the other day, I woke up at like 4:45 to go use the bathroom. Um, and because I got up and I was moving around, I think I would have been fine if I didn't search for my phone for like 10 minutes. But because I like got up and I was moving around, I like laid in bed for like 2 hours. I didn't fall back to sleep till like 6:45, um, and so I was kind of cranky in the morning. That was actually last night, so I was kind of cranky this morning because I didn't want to get up at 8 o'clock. Um, what else? My sex drive is more stable. I'm controlling my appetite much better. So I've decided to start eating healthier. And so I've been eating a lot of really good salads with lots of spinach and fake chicken. And just trying to eat a salad like 2 or 3 times a week for lunch. I'm not eating after 8 p.m. Sometimes my schedule makes this hard. Gabby will make dinner at like 7 or 7:30, and so like by the time we're sitting down to eat, it'll be like 8. Um, so I'm trying to eat before 8 o'clock. That it's only happened like once or twice this last month where I've eaten after 8 because of my diet or because of my schedule. Last night, however, after dinner, I decided to eat a shit ton of ice cream and Oreos on top of it. So I'm not giving into my cravings for a pint of ice cream nearly as often as I was the last few months. But I still need to try to control my sweet tooth a little bit more. Exercising is helping me to eat better because the way I see it is if I'm going to exercise and I want to build some good muscle, I want to give my body what it needs to do that. So that means not eating junk food all the time. So like even like for breakfast, rather than eating a bowl of Fruit Loops, I'll pick the healthier cereal like the Flax Plus cereal, or I'll pick like um, peanut butter toast. So like I always want to try to incorporate protein into most of my meals. So I'll like do peanut butter or something like that. Um, but exercising is helping me to eat better. Um, it's making me a little bit. It's not making me any hungrier, but like I'll eat a banana after I exercise, and then like 20 minutes later I'll eat a salad, and then like 2 hours later I'll eat dinner. But so yeah, that's what's going on. Voice is changing. Yes, it is. Most definitely, definitely dropped again. And I can still feel my throat resonating differently. It's pretty nice. I like it. It's kind of weird. Hair, hair everywhere. So I'm getting more hair. Like my peach fuzz is just getting darker all up in here. On both sides. This is getting darker. This is getting darker, and this is getting darker. And I have a new patch of hair right here. It's a really tiny, tiny patch, maybe like 4 or 5 hairs that was never there before. So that's cool. Also, hair right here in between my chest, all the way down to my belly button, and then my Happy Trail is also getting darker. Hair on my thighs is getting darker, and then hair right on the back of my shoulders is getting darker, and that kind of annoys me, but comes with the trade. So you can't see it in this camera because it sucks, but on my Tea Diary, I have a page specifically just for my facial hair changes, so you can go check it out if you want. Mood changes. I'm still getting frustrated and annoyed more easily, but I'm learning to recognize it and to combat it, and exercise is actually helping with this. My mood seems to be more stable. Still no aggression. I did get really pissed off the other night during an argument on Facebook, and I really, really was mad, but I just told myself to calm down. I don't know. And I can still cry, so that's cool. My shoulders are getting wider. I actually notice it now, so that's cool. I can definitely I can see them a lot more out of my sides, and also working out is helping to make them a little bit more masculine. So it's helping me. I feel just more confident when I'm walking around. I feel like my shoulders are wider, and it's helping me, I guess, pass better, I would think. Continuing to get greasier. So my acne is increasing really bad. You can kind of see a little bit of dots, but up close it looks a lot worse than it does in this camera. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it up here, all down, and then especially down in here. But there's a lot more acne on my right side. Like, the acne is more, and it comes out further this way. My acne over here is just really just centralized on this one spot. And I think it's because my facial hair is coming in a lot more on the right side, which is cool. Whatever. Also getting a little bit more acne on my chest and my back. I'm right after this. I'll just I don't want this to be too long of a video, so I'll go ahead and make a second video right after this of how I treat my acne and how it's been helping, because I think my acne is pretty easily controlled with the regimen that I've been using. And my smell continuing to change, like my armpits and shit, just smelling worse after an exercise than I remember happening in the past. So those are all my physical changes. Social changes. I was having a little bit of an issue with my American Sign Language teacher. I could have sworn that I told her in the beginning of last quarter that I was female to male trans person and I needed male pronouns, but it was the very first day, and I don't think that message got across really well. And so we've been having some issues in class where, she'll just ask me, we have to recognize, we have to point people out by gender and what they're wearing. It's part of, learning, how to recognize somebody, or how to, say, that woman over there with long brown hair. And so I've been getting she'd a lot, which there is no real, gesture for she other than, do you see the girl over there? So people have been, using the sign for girl for me. And then also, she went around the class to do, family things, and she asked a bunch of students, okay, are you married, or are you engaged, or do you have any brothers and sisters? And we'd all respond yes or no, or, yeah, how many? And she got to the kid right before me, and she was like, do you have any children? So, do you have any children? He said, no. And then she asked me, have you had a baby? As in, have I given birth to a child? And it really pissed me off, because I was like, yo, that I'm a trans kid. This is an issue. You can't be asking me questions that are so gendered towards females, because that makes it so I don't pass at all. All the students are looking at me like I'm a girl. And it was just becoming annoying. So I emailed her. And she emailed me right back and was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. You never told me that. I will definitely fix the situation. I'm really sorry. I don't want to make you uncomfortable in class. She was just really nice about it. I thought that she knew, and that she was just being kind of stupid and not really understanding. But turns out she really didn't know at all. She just thought I was a lesbian. So she started to use, she just stopped, I think I asked her, like, could you please, like, start picking on me as, like, a guy in the class, because there's two other guys in the class, and when she, like, needs a guy for something, she'll pull those two guys up. And then, weirdly enough, when she needed, like, to name somebody an uncle, she pulled a girl up, and then was just like, okay, that person's a boy right now, or pretending that they're a boy, and it was just like, hello, I'm right here, hello, what's up, and it kind of offended me, but now I think the situation's fixed, so I think she might, start doing better with that, hopefully. My math class, I'm not sure my teacher really understands. He has just been calling me Rorik. So rather than saying like he or she, he calls me Rorik. So that's cool. The girl that sits right next to me in my math class, I don't think I've made a video about this. Maybe I did. My last video, I talked about it a little bit, but we were talking about like families, and I mentioned how I was like the shortest guy in my family. Yeah, I remember talking about this in the last video. You guys already know. So that's cool. But the girl to the right of me called me she in class the other day, and I just turned to her and was like, yeah, by the way, I'm a boy, so, don't call me she, please. And she was like, yeah, I'm really sorry. It just, like, slipped out. So I'm assuming, because my email wasn't changed yet, and she had to email me something, and so my birth name came up through the school registry. Now my name's changed at the school, so it shouldn't happen anymore. Like, she can email me, and my legal name Rorik will come up, but I think because she saw my birth name, she knows what's up. Whatever. That's about it. Socially, went to a party maybe a week and a half ago. It was one of Gabby's friends' birthday, and she's my friend too. And we went to her birthday party, and I hadn't seen any of them in a few weeks because everybody's been on vacation, school vacation, for winter break. And one of the first things that two people said to me, like, came up to me and hugged me, were like, dude, your voice is deeper. Like, dude, you look a little bit different. Your jaw looks a little bit different, which I've been noticing that a little bit more lately. So that was really awesome. Also, last week, one of mine and Gabby's friends gave me a haircut. I'm liking it a lot. It was really choppy because it was an amateur haircut, so I went and got it fixed at a barber shop, which made me really uncomfortable because it's like this barbershop. This guy does like all 30s, 40s, and 50s dudes, or just like he only does short hair. And I walk in and I ask if he does like walk-ins, and he's like, yeah, and I like sit down and I wait, and he's an old army guy, and the kid's sitting in the chair and he's buzzing his head, giving him a high top. Kid's talking about, he's doing boot camp, I guess it is. Not boot camp, because boot camp you go away and you have to be there for 6 weeks. But he's in training, and they're talking about guns, and I really don't care for guns. And it's just like not something like, if you want to talk to me about guns and cars, I'll have no fucking clue what you're talking about. I know how to change the oil in my car. I know how to diagnose some problems in my car. Like, I can look at my engine and tell you that doesn't look right. But whatever, a GT something model this year, like, okay, it's a vehicle. It helps you travel. Alright, cool. Like, I'm really not into cars. I'm really not into guns. And they're both talking about, like, oh, yeah, it was so badass. Did you ever shoot this gun? Oh, yeah, that's really badass. Man, this gun, it's like a machine grenade launcher. It's really cool. And they're just, like, broing it out, talking about things. It just made me, like, really uncomfortable. And then dude's brother comes in waiting for him to, like, get done with his haircut, and they're all three talking about, because I guess he's a vet, too. So 2 Army vets and 1 Marine in training, all just sitting there kind of talking, and, like, it made me realize how uncomfortable I am with cis men. Not just, like cis guys, like, my guy friends, I'm alright with most cis guys my age, other than, like, at my school, I'm a little bit more awkward with cis guys my age, like, I really just don't interact with them that much, unless they're queer. It just made me realize how uncomfortable I am with cis straight men. And it feels, because I'm, like, I was sitting there, I was like, God damn it, I am too fucking gay for this. Like, I am too fucking queer for sitting in this fucking barbershop, listening to these guys talk about guns. Like, what am I going to talk to this guy about when he's cutting my hair? Luckily, he said something about playing the drums, and I was able to, like, make conversation with him about playing in bands and stuff like that, but I just like, it just made me realize how uncomfortable I am with Sysmen and how like scared I am that I'm not passing. But I think I passed pretty well. I don't know if he really even cared too much. But yeah, that's been about it socially. Nothing really else much is up. I've since I've been exercising. I mean, it was only 1 week and then 1 day this week. I'm actually like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I've got like this huge this whole regimen that I go through with like cardio and then weightlifting. Um, I mean, I haven't really seen much of a change. I've seen a little bit of. My arms have been getting bigger since I started T, but like they just seem like a little bit tougher. My shoulders are the only thing I've really noticed much with like working out is like I can see this curve here, this curve here more. And I feel like my stomach is a little bit thinner than it was last month. Obviously, I've been eating healthier, I've been drinking more water, and I've been doing a lot of ab workouts and doing a lot of planks. So, hopefully with time, I'll get my body back to a healthy state. That's about it. 3 months on T. Pretty happy about it. And I will update next month, 4 weeks from now. Let you guys know my dose got increased 2 weeks ago, and I think that's what brought on a lot more of the acne. But yeah, so far so good. I'll let you guys know what's up in 4 weeks. Have a good one.